Welcome back. We are here with part three of our Amazon Spellcaster challenge, and we currently have our leader and a like child rearer and a scholar. And then we have two daughters, and we have one more on the way, which is Narcissa's with her husband. I know they already have a daughter, but I wanted it's children that are born in this challenge, not children that have been born previously. But her daughter can totally join like our group, and that's totally fine. So we are also working on Nimue's aspiration because if we continue to get more aspiration points, we can buy more money trees and we can also, get more money in that way. We're trying to build up our place here and we need lots of money to do that. And I'm kind of trying to really grind right now because I want us to be able to get to the point where we have, this nice location, this nice home base where everybody lives and people come and go and do different things, and we can really get into the specifics of people's personalities and stories. But right now, everyone's story is kind of revolving around the fact that we're just starting this, which is totally fine for right now. But that is what's going on. So we do have our scholar, Bella, painting paintings to make us lots of money. And well, there is Narcissa's husband coming to visit, but she also has a little thing going with Nimue, and they did that totally on their own. I'm really excited about that. And then we have our first, I guess, princess, heir. I don't know. We can call Nimue the queen. That's fine. I don't really know how we're classifying things, but you know, we have that, and her name. What is her name? Is it like Ooh, is it Beatrix? I think it's Beatrix. So that is our first heir. And if we have more than one daughter, now we are in short lifespan, so the likelihood that we're going to have a ton of children is not high. I mean, I think probably in the next one we'll get to regular adult status. But if we have more than one child, the plan is to have those children maybe, because they're spellcasters, have a duel, and then whoever wins the duel will become our next leader. So that's what I'm excited about. And then I spent a lot of time today thinking about who we're going to add to our group. I think that we do need a gardener because we have part of our garden going and it is so dark on this lot for real. um, but we have our garden started. We have some apple trees that we can make the potion of plentiful needs with. And then we have our money tree, and we're going to need someone, especially as we build up our money trees and everything, we're going to need someone who takes care of the garden. So I wanted that to go next, but there weren't really a lot of people that we know that have the right traits for that. Like I was looking through the people that we've already met and what their traits are, and it's a lot of kind of generic stuff actually. It's like cheerful or non-committal or romantic. It's nothing really to do with gardening. So that's why I had some trouble making a choice. But we will get a gardener today, and we will have our child. Narcissa is very pregnant. Look at her. So there's that. And yep, okay, I'm just gonna cheat the baby because I don't want to take care of it. And I'm realizing like at first I was like, oh, I'll have like the children live here and the Narcissa can take care of them. And now I'm just kind of like, you know what, maybe not. Maybe I don't want to deal with children. So I think my plan is going to be maybe to start a nursery somewhere else and we will send the children there and then, bring them back as teens or young adults. I'm not really sure, but that's just something that I've been thinking about is that I don't want a bunch of babies and toddlers running around my lot. And I feel like if you're fancy and like have a group like this, like, she's the leader of this group. She's not supposed to be like dealing with smelly toddlers. She's supposed to be doing her own thing and the children are taken care of. So, but still, she's the only one who knows how to make this potion, which is kind of sad. So, anyway, we are doing this, and again, I'm looking through everybody's traits. I really want to figure out who we are going to choose to join us next. And it's kind of interesting because Narcissa knows a lot of people because this is Aaron with a Wise save file, and they're our pre-existing Sims, and we are just taking them in. So Narcissa, even Bella, everybody is uh, in a townie, I guess, in the save file. So she knows a bunch of people. Okay. And she has a daughter, which is great. And we are putting that baby right here. And we are now with daughter, so we can now kill her husband. If she had a boy, I would probably have them have another baby and continually until they get a daughter because there's no use in wasting a perfectly good slave man. So now that she did have a daughter, though, we are going to bring him over here and then we are going to kill him. And, I think that that's hard for Narcissa because she she has a family. She has a son, a daughter, and a husband. And I think that it is hard for her to know that her son and her husband are going to, be taken care of in this way. And I think that it's definitely something that weighs on her, but she is, fully with us. She's a part of this group, and there's nothing we can do about that. She's not going to defect. She's made her decision. It just, hurts her heart a bit to have to deal with losing her husband, losing her son. So, we are going to foster a culture of people not caring about that sort of thing in the future. But right now, with bringing people in, when you bring people in, it's different. If you're born into it, you don't really have as many of those feelings because you're kind of grown up knowing that the men are on the outs. But that's not the case for our Sims right now. So I'm thinking that Jade here would make a good gardener. She does have gardening level 4, and it's not her aspiration, but she has green hair. So you know what? There we go. Although her and Narcissa are not really close, they're like their relationship bar is just a tiny itty bitty bit in the red. So whatever. But anyway, we are going to schmooze her and try and get her to join us. That is really exciting, and our toddler is making a mess. Thank you. I don't even know how that kid came out with red hair because the dad had blonde hair and mom has black hair, so I'm really not sure how that happened. But anyway, we are okay. They have a sentiment. Everything is going pretty good. Oh, and we can ask her to join our household. Let's do that. And here she comes. Those people are not related to her. We'll get them later, maybe. Or I think they are related to her, but like they don't have the same last name. So I'm assuming that's not her child. But I think it's like her sister or something. But yeah, so we are going to make a club for her. Here we go. She is going to be our gatherer. She's going to work on the gardening. There she is. And now she's a part of our group. And even her and Narcissa are getting along a little better than before. So that is really good. And oh, Narcissa is very sad. So I think that Narcissa is going to tell Nimoy that she just like needs some time. She needs some time away to kind of come to terms with everything and deal with the death of her husband and accept the future death of her son. And I think that that is something that she is really going to be considering. And she says basically, I need a break. I need to just have a few days to myself and then I'll come back and everything will be good. So that is how we're going to start our nursery. So Narcissa is going to go off with all of the children. And then as soon as Esmeralda there is old enough, we will bring Narcissa back and have Esmeralda watch the children there. So I think Narcissa, because also Narcissa is supposed to be our potioneer because she's supposed to take care of like needs like cooking, cleaning, kind of the household work. So when her daughter is old enough to take care of the children, we'll leave all the children there and we'll bring Narcissa back to us. And then we'll just continue in that fashion. So all of those people are now out of our house. We only have 3 people now in our house, and none of them are children. It's great. Um, and we will be paying child support as well, which I think is good because we need to continue to pay money to upkeep our other locations. Like the men are just on their own. I didn't even give them anything. I just threw them on an empty lot and said goodbye. But our money tree is making money now, which is great. And I think that we can also start to think about our future home, so that'll be good. And we also need some more men, I feel like, because we're running low. I think we have like 2 or 3 more. We need more guys because we don't, and we're not even giving birth to boys for some reason. It's been all girls so far, which is fine. But, um, you know, so we're inviting this guy over and um, I'm just going to move him into the men's house as soon as I remember how to do that. Here we go. And now he's a part of that group and he's a part of their house. And now we are going to use him to have a baby. Here we go. And I do want Nimue to have more than one daughter. That's kind of my goal for her because I do want the daughters to duke it out later. But for right now, we only have one, so we need to at least have one more daughter, I think. So that is why we are working on that. And then we're just inviting over some more people, trying to get more men in the men club. And also, I want Bella here to have a child because she hasn't had one yet. Every single one of our people needs to have a child. That's the important part. So she is going to invite over one of her friends from our old household and ask him, we'll have Nimue duel him, and if she wins, we get to keep him. That's kind of how we're working it because we don't have a warrior right now. We are going to have to get a warrior in the future. That's definitely an important part of this because we can't get more men unless we have warriors, and she just lost. Let's try again. Um, yeah, so we need a warrior, but we don't have one yet. And we have now defeated this guy in a duel, so he is now ours. And we are going to have him have a child with Bella because everyone needs a daughter. So we did have Narcissa have a daughter. Bella has not had one yet, and neither is Jade. But Jade just joined us. We don't need to get her pregnant right away. We just need to, Bella's been here for an episode now, so she can do that. So we are going to have her have a baby with him, and hopefully it's girls. Although I do want a boy too. Like we need to have boys as well in order to maintain that, boys are existing in this world. So, anyway, let's have these two do their thing and hopefully we'll be all set. We're making more potions, which is also good. Let's take a pregnancy test and sell that painting. I think we're doing pretty good on money. We are going to work a little bit on the house today because I don't want this ugly starter home to be what we're working with. And it's so dark on this lot. I think it's Brindleton Bay is just so cloudy all the time. I don't get it. So, anyway, let's start with the house. And I want it to kind of be like Greek Roman inspired. This is the Amazons, right? So we want to kind of go with that. I'll be using like a lot of courtyard oasis and maybe, um, actually, my wedding stories has some nice stuff that almost kind of fits the style that I'm going for. So that's really nice too. And I really like these stained glass windows so much. So I really do want to use them and make everything look really fancy, romantic garden stuff, just everything that we can make it look pretty. Again, we have less than 20,000 simoleons. I'm just trying to get started here so that we can have a foundation to build off of. Like the starter home that we already have, I can't expand that to make it more of what we want. So instead, what I'm going to do is make this, and then as we go, we'll just make this bigger instead of having to rebuild a new structure. So that's the plan. And there's obviously going to be a big entryway and whatever, but we don't really have the funds for that right now. So I'm going to put a bedroom and a bathroom. That's going to be the whole thing. Again, we're using potions to keep their needs up. So it's not like I think we need a ton of bedrooms right at this second. So let's move our cauldron and we'll move our trees over too. We'll move everything into this space. And look, she can paint inside now. She doesn't have to paint outside. So that is what's going on there. And we are in a pretty good position. And here we go. So there's that. And let's get our potion and everything is looking pretty good. So this is, again, it's just starting out. So that's what we're doing here. And let's just get some of their needs done and then we'll wrap up this video. The TV's backwards, of course. So she's hungry, she's pregnant. I think actually they're both pregnant, so that's good. And these two are starting to get to know each other as well. I want them all to know each other. We have Jade and Bella starting to know each other. Oh, and I realized that Nimue almost knows all the spells, but she doesn't because you have to get the last three spells from the sages. So I'm thinking that we will send her to the magic realm to get those spells in just a moment. But I am letting the other two get to know each other a bit, and we are making some potions. I will change Nimue's aspiration from the spellcraft and sorcery to potions pioneer or whatever it is because I do want her to complete both aspirations having to do with being a spellcaster. I think it's really important for our leader to be an excellent spellcaster. She's got to be the top at the top. So That's why we are working on those, and we are already at like the top level of spell casting. So let's go get those last 3 spells. Let's go find them. And here is one person. Let's ask for the spell that we need, and then we will go and head off to someone else. Honestly, I don't even think these are the sages that, maybe that guy is one of them, but um, they change after a while. So let's get the last one. Where are you? There you are. Okay. And actually, this was one of the people that I was considering putting in our group, but um, I didn't even realize she was a sage. Whoops. So I guess it's good that we didn't pick her. Okay, so we are in good position. We have all of the spells. We just need all the potions, so we'll probably just do that at home by experimenting with potions. Maybe we'll come back every once in a while and ask for potions recipes, but that's not a right now us thing. So everything is going pretty well. We now have a gatherer. We have one more daughter in our group, and now we have 2 more pregnancies. So hopefully we'll get more daughters there. And we have started on our home. So I'm really excited about that, and I hope you are too. So I will catch you in the next one.